Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brett Miller, and today we're going to be talking about bowling bags. That's something that you don't really hear too much about because I think people just assume that you already know about bowling bags, and you may not. You may not know the different styles, you may not know the different types. So today we're going to be talking about bowling bags. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so again, welcome back to the channel. I'm just going to go over some few points here and the different types of bowling bags that there are. And then toward the end of the video, I will cover what professional bowlers use, when they use them, why, the different styles, different types, anything about bowling bags. I will show pictures of them so that way you have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. So here, the points that I'm going to cover is the single ball bag, two ball bag, three ball bag, multi-ball bag, backpack style bag, and rollers and totes. The single ball bag, it's not a roller. It's not anything that you can roll. It's just a basic standard bag that they used to use back in the old days. But they still make them today because people still use those types of bags. It's normally used for a league bowler or somebody who's just getting started and they just have one ball. They don't have anything else to use. So it's typically what it's used for, or something extra in case you buy something new and you can add that to your arsenal of bags that you have at home, just in case you buy something new and you want to take it home in that one bag. All right, the two ball bag, it's typically used again for a league bowler or a high school bowler, somebody who has been bowling for a little bit now and they're just really getting into the sport of bowling. And so they need something to hold two balls now because either they have a reactive or a urethane or something to go along with their spare ball. So that way they have a two ball bag. And then the three ball bag is what everybody uses. It doesn't matter what level that you're on. You can use it when you're in league, when you're going to a tournament. Professionals use three ball bags all the time. It's what's used most often just because even for a league bowler who has maybe a reactive ball, urethane ball, and then plastic, you can start out with just one three ball bag, but then as you go on, you'll just get another one. Then add to your arsenal, and then get another one, add to your arsenal. And that's whenever you become really competitive and you need to add each tool in for a certain reason. But everybody uses three ball bags. I have them. It's what you'll see most often on tour. So the three ball bag is the most popular one. Then the multi ball. Multi ball is typically anywhere from 3 to 6. So I've seen the stackables where you have 4 and then 6. But sometimes you'll just have the luxury style bag or the tournament style bag, and those will just hold 3. But multi-ball, again, can go anywhere from 3 to 6 bowling balls. And then backpack style. This one I don't see as often, where you can put a bowling ball in a backpack. And that really, to me, doesn't make any sense. I would never use that. But that is something that people use. Rollers and totes. Rollers are very important because, again, you have a lot of weight. So if you're carrying around a lot of weight, you got to have something to roll. That way it makes it easier to carry. If not, you'll be carrying at most, if it's 3 balls and they're all 16 pounds, that's 48 pounds. So that's a lot of weight to carry around. Even if they're all 15 pounds, that's still 45 pounds. It's a lot of weight to carry. So a roller is almost guaranteed to have. The tote, it is what it is. Some people like it, some people don't. But again, you're carrying all that weight around and it really doesn't make any sense. All right, so now I'm going to cover the different bowling bag brands. I think in the previous video I covered all the bowling ball brands, all the manufacturers, all the brands that still make bowling balls, and who owns what. In this video I'll be talking about the bowling bag brands, all the brands that make bowling bags. I can't list them all, but I did list the most popular brands that people use a lot. So, but doesn't mean that you have to choose these brands. You can choose whatever brand that you want to, but these are just the most popular. All right, so let's go and start out with the list here. You've got Storm, Roto-Grip, 900 Global. I put them all together because Storm, of course, owns all those brands. And then you got Brunswick, and I put all these together because Brunswick owns these brands, which is Brunswick, Hammer, Ebonite, Columbia 300, and Radical. And then you gotta go down from there, and all of these are single brands: Motive, KR Strike Force, Vice, Genesis, Elite, BSI, and 10th Frame. I would say the most used brands are most likely the top two, and then I would say KR Strike Force is big and Vice is big. The reason why I say these four and not Motive is because Motive, yeah, it's popular, but as far as the league bowlers, high school bowlers, college bowlers, what is it you see most of? It's almost guaranteed one of these four brands. And what I see the most of in general is almost always Storm, Brunswick, and probably Vice with the bowling bags that I see. Sometimes you'll see the KR Strike Force, but not as much. But it is kind of popular within certain areas. All right, so now I'm going to cover the different styles of bags and what types there are. I'm just going to show a couple of pictures. That way you have a better idea of what styles of bags are out there and what you have to choose from. So in the first photo, you'll see the Brunswick tournament style and the Storm tournament style. And then you'll see the Epic luxury style is what I call it. And these are basically the 3-ball rollers that you have to choose from. And so what I mean by the luxury style is you have more pockets. Like this one, you can put your shoes in there, your towels, or whatever accessories you have. And it also has straps, but these have straps too. But these ones, you have more room to put things. And so which then adds weight. The reason why a lot of people will use these, especially the people who bowl in tournaments, is simply because they have to fly on a plane, which means the less weight you have, the better that it is. Because if you check in a bag on a plane, they have a weight limit. As far as I know, I believe that it's 50 pounds. I've had to deal with this myself, and so the less weight you have, the better off you are. So a lot of tournament bowlers don't use these just because it adds weight. And so these ones are better off to use. All right, so the next one is these are the ones that I was talking about that are the stackables. And so this one holds 6, and this is another luxury style 3-ball bag. The reason why, again, I call it luxury style because you can set it up a vertical and it will stay there, whereas the typical 3-ball bag, like what I was talking about before with the tournament style, they just lay down flat. You can't really stand them up. But these ones, they have a latch or like a little prop here on the bottom that will help it stand up. And the stackables, they are, again, you could say that it's a luxury bag, but more or less it has more compartments on there. And so you can hold however much stuff you want to without having to carry a backpack or some type of a bag to carry all of your accessories in. You can just put it all in this one bag here, which again adds a bunch of weight. And if you're going to tournaments, it doesn't really make any sense. But if you're just going to league or whatever, or maybe you're going to a local tournament, then it could make sense. So it really just depends on what your situation is. All right, so This is what could be your tote bag that I was talking about before, where you pick up and carry. And this one is kind of like that, but it has rollers too. But if you take away the rollers, again, that would be your tote bag. But if it has rollers, then that's your roller bag. But these are some examples of what that may look like to you. And then this is the Storm style of the 3-ball luxury bag. And they have more pockets on the side, which I like that. That's really good. And they have the shoes, and then for the different accessories on the bottom. And then this is, again, another one of those tote style bags where you basically just have either 2 or 1 bowling ball inside the bag. And then this one, you get a little bit more bang for your buck because you can put your towels or gloves in the front pocket there. All right, so that was a little bit about bowling bags. I hope you learned something new in this video. I hope you can take away something from this video and maybe carry it on with you. Maybe you can teach somebody else about it. But more or less, you have a good idea of what types of bags that are out there and what types of brands that are out there. There's many to choose from. There's a lot more than what I had listed today. So you can choose about whatever you want to. So more or less, just look up different things, look up different brands, different companies, see what stands out, see what brands that align with your values, and just go from there. So hopefully you learned something today, and go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.